Hey, everybody. So everyone right now, they're busy planning their 2026 goals, their vision boards, color-coded planners, big promises. Let me know if that's you. Well, almost no one starts with the one thing that actually determines whether anything works in your business. It's your numbers. It's not your mindset. It's not your motivation. It's not your content calendar. If you're building a business, trying to run your business, or you're calling yourself the CEO of one, there's that financial baseline that you need to get clear first, because otherwise you're just guessing and you're hoping. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how to plan your 2026 starting from the money backwards. Calm, clear, no math hustles. Okay. So what most people do at the beginning of the year is they sit around and they think, okay, I want to make XYZ amount. Then they start piling on all of the offers that they could offer to people. Then they overcommit. They burn out by March, and then they wonder, well, what went wrong? Excuse me. What I want to do is show you the opposite approach. So instead of asking, what should I sell? We're going to start with, do I actually need this business to produce? And by the end of the video, you're going to see exactly how much you want or need to earn in 2026, what that breaks down to monthly, how to reverse engineer realistic revenue without the pressure, and how to know at any point where you stand financially. And I'm going to walk you through the exact planning sheet that I use to do this. Okay. And as we go through this, I want you to notice something. This spreadsheet does not just help you plan, it actually helps you lead your business. So if you're wondering if things aren't working, you stop avoiding looking at the numbers, you stop reacting emotionally to slow weeks. Near the end, I'm going to show you the one section that most people skip. That section is what makes this tool usable all year round, not just in January. So let me share my screen here and let's jump in. Let me just do a quick transition here. So what I'm going to show you is how you can reverse engineer the goal, how you can plan your income projections. We're going to analyze the expenses, give you a super easy tracking system, and then how you can monitor profit and loss at a glance so that if I ask you tomorrow exactly what your profit loss statement is, you would know how to do it. So let me show you the spreadsheet, and I'm going to walk you through page by page. Let's see if I'm sharing this. Whoops. Okay, I think I'm sharing it. Okay, so this spreadsheet has several tabs, and let me just make it a hair bigger. At the bottom, the very first one, figuring your income goal. So this is where we reverse engineer. So what you need to do is you only have to fill out what's in the colored squares here. So what's your monthly lifestyle expenses? If you got someone else helping you, well, how much money do you need to live comfortably? How much money do you need to come up to the table? Then how much are your business expenses? It's good to separate those two so you know exactly how much your business is costing you. Then in the next column, estimate your tax bracket that you happen to be in. It will automatically put in the percentage. So if you're in the 15 to 20%, it's always nice to figure a little higher. If you're in the 30%, whatever the tax bracket is. Next column, very important, your profit savings. Now we're focusing on our business. So how much would you like to be able to save every month that you could in turn put it back into your business or reward you and your family? Then it will automatically calculate how much you need to earn every month. Okay. Then what we're going to do is now we're going to build in our profit. So this is different than our profit savings here. This is how much would we like our business to grow every month, every year. So put in a percentage, and I've got some suggestions here. So let's start with the 15%. Or if you're just starting out, how about a 5%? Doesn't matter, put something there. Again, we're going to put in our tax bracket. So 15, 20%, whatever it is. Whoops, I just changed that calculation. So let me come back here. I'll make sure you put a decimal point here. So 0.20 if it's 20%. And then owner pay. Let me come back here just for a quick second. Are you paying yourself? That's another mistake that people make is they're so busy on growing their business. They don't align how much their business expenses with the income and then get paid. Are you joking? That's what it's all about to be in business. So figure out how much would you like to be paid from your business. Okay. So let me come back here to the spreadsheet. So, and then put a percentage here, 40% of the money that you earn, whatever it is. And again, if you're just starting out and you're bootstrapping everything, at least pay yourself something. 5% is a good place to start. Also, your operating expense, how much realistically should it take to run your business? And if you don't know, just put in 30% to start with. Now, initially, you may be spending a little more money than that, 40, 50%. But as your business gets going, you want to trim that down as much as you want. And then this is what we come up with. This is the big picture number of what you need to be making every month in your business if you want to reach these goals. All right. Are you tracking me? Now let's go on to the second column here, or the second tab, reoccurring expenses. Let me come back and talk to you just for a quick second here. This is a perfect time to do that financial audit. How much money are you spending? How many things have you signed up for? It's an annual or even a monthly, and it's those nickel and dime things. If you add those up at the end of the year, when you get ready to do your taxes, you think, holy moly, I spent $800 on this tool and I never use it. So this is a good time to do an audit. Take a look at the tools that you're using. Now, don't be too quick to start chopping everything, but maybe flag some things and say, oh, I forgot about this. Why did I sign up for it? And then spend the next 30 days evaluating if you really need that tool. Okay. And then another thing to look at is some of these tools you use all the time, but you're paying monthly. Well, most of these vendors will give you a pretty substantial discount if you subscribe annually. Now, I admit sometimes it's hard to come up with that chunk of money. But again, if you're analyzing the numbers and you could save $200, $500 a year, it's definitely worth it. So take a look at the tools you use and can you convert them over to an annual? All right, so let's hop back over here. Okay, so that's what this spreadsheet's all about. Excuse me. And it will calculate in these two columns, it will automatically calculate here for you. So just put in your all-in-one marketing system. You should be using Go HighLevel. Make sure that a little plug here, make sure that you get my affiliate link. And I have all kinds of resources that I give to my affiliates. Professional email, Loom. How many AI tools are you using? How many memberships or coaching programs are you in? Other software like Canva. The list goes on and on. You may not be able to figure everything in one pass. Do your best, figure this out. If it's an annual amount that you're spending, put the renewal date over here so you're not surprised. Oh yeah, I bought this on a Black Friday, so every November 25th, it's going to renew. All right, so figure all of those out. If it's an annual item, it will automatically calculate that for you, okay? It will take a look at everything in this column here. And then this is just to give you these two columns here. Maybe I should shade them just so that, it's kind of standalone. Here's my monthly expenses based on my monthly amount. Here's my annual expenses based on these annual amounts. So again, it's just good to know at a glance, how much money do I need every single month to run my business and how much money I should be saving this money for these annual items. Okay. Are you with me? All right, let me just come back here real quick and chat for a quick second. So we've reverse engineered how much money do you really need to live comfortably, to pay yourself, to pay your taxes. So we're starting with that base revenue goal of what we want to hit. Then we're looking at what are we spending every month. Some are annual items, some are monthly. Is there a way we can trim the cost? Is there a way that we can tighten things up? And now, how do we keep track of all of this? So let me show you the rest of the spreadsheet here. Oh, I digress. Whoops. One more thing here. So income projections. How are we going to make that money that we need? So this is just basically do it by the quarter and come up with all of the services and products. Now, the goal is not to come up with 50 things because it's hard to manage all of those things. But what are the primary offers or products or coaching services that you offer? What's the unit price? And how many projected sales would you like per quarter? And it will give you the projected revenue, and then it will add everything up. So this is per quarter. Let me come back here just for a second. Now, you could do this monthly if you want, but I find if you do it per quarter, you kind of have a focus. So maybe I want to grow my digital business academy, which if you're not in it, you are missing tons of support and help from me. So if that's my focus for the first quarter of 2026, I am really going to go all in on that. And by playing with the numbers a little bit, it helps me see the potential of what I can earn from that. And then I'm going to start adding some of the other products and services there. Okay. So I suggest doing it by the quarter. So let me come back here to the spreadsheet. Now, one thing that I want to mention for my DBA membership, $97, best deal in the century. The projected quarter is now, if these are reoccurring, so let's say I have a goal of 20 members, and there's always going to be a churn. People are going to be joining, people are going to be leaving. But let's say just a low level 20 members each month is what I want in my DBA membership. How many sales does that equal, because it's reoccurring? Are you getting what I'm saying here? So 20 per month times 3, that's 60. All right, and that would be the income for the quarter from that. All right, my VIP days, how many VIP days would I like to sell over the first quarter? Let's say 6. That's the income from that. How about my Etsy sales, and so forth? All right, so then that gives us a projected quarterly revenue. So are you tracking? You just sticking with me here? So we can see how then when I go back to my reversed engineer, how much money do I need every month? And that includes paying my taxes, all of that kind of stuff. Then you can see that you are in control of how you're building your business. And if there's a big gap between how much you want to make or you need to make and what's coming in, then analyze what is it that you're offering people. And that's one thing that I help my members inside of Digital Business Academy. We really hone in on what is your offer, what bleeding neck do your ideal people have, and how can you solve that for them. So spend some time figuring out what your offers are to get that income, that revenue to the place that you want. All right, so let's keep going here. So that is our income projections. Then the next tab, let me come back. Let me come back here for a second. So we've done a reverse engineer. We've figured out how much money we need and want to make. We've played around with the income projections. We've analyzed our expenses. Now, if we don't have a simple way to track things, it's never going to get done. And if we don't keep track, if we don't measure, then how do we know where we stand with our profit and loss? So coming back here to the spreadsheet, the next few tabs, the first one is the daily sales log and tracker. Then we have an expense tracker, and then we have other income and profit and loss. So let me go back to the daily sales. So I want you to think about the old-fashioned checkbook register. Every time your computer gives you that little ding ding that you made a sale or somebody paid you or a payment came in for a monthly membership, I want you to don't file that email. Don't touch it until you've logged it here. And it's super easy. You just come here and put the date and then what is it that you sold? So I'm just going to say the DBA membership. And this one is just an annual. Put the person's name. You don't have to put the email. I like it. I like to, especially with one-time things. How much was the order? This was 97. Payment method. Is it a PayPal or credit card? Okay, so I'm going to say credit card. Order status. Now, depending on your business, all of mine, the money, it gets completed as soon as it goes through. Then over here, it will automatically calculate that. And then the column here, is this a reoccurring? And yes, this is. And any kind of notes that you want to put there. All right. And then what you'll see is you will have a little chart that automatically starts building so that you can see at a glance the revenue that's come in. We also have a nice little chart here based on your items. Okay. And then here we can track how much we're making based on the product, how many units. And so do you see how this ties in with our master sheet that we looked at when we were mapping out our products? So that's our daily sales. Expense log is the same way. Every time I have to spend money, you usually get some kind of electronic receipt. Before I do anything with that receipt, I come over here and I fill out the details. So maybe this is my domain renewal for DBA or something. And how much was that renewal? We'll say $35. And then the expense type. Now, a little side note here, you can change these expense types to whatever you want, whatever makes sense in your business. You change that and then you just put that in here. Okay. So let me, what did I say? Website hosting and domain. And then what's going to happen here is, again, we'll have a running total of our total expenses for the year and then a breakdown and the percentage. So very powerful. We can see, wow, I am spending 85% of my money goes to software subscriptions, which if you're running an online business, that's probably true. Okay. Also, we get a little monthly breakdown, and then we can see here. All right, are you still with me? Then I have another tab called Other Income. Now, this may not relate to you. You don't have to use this spreadsheet, but if you have some other buckets of income that they're not the primary thing of your business. Let me just come back here so I can look at you for a second. So you might do some affiliate tracking, for instance, or not tracking, but affiliate sales. So maybe you're promoting somebody else's course. It's not the number one thing of your business, but you're leaving money on the table if you don't take advantage of some of those affiliate sales. You might sell things on Etsy like I do. The spreadsheet that I'm showing you, I sell it on Etsy. So it's just a miscellaneous income that I'm tracking. So I've decided to track that separately. Again, you don't have to, but that's why I have it there. So let me come back to the spreadsheet. So again, the same thing. Maybe I make a sale after you see how awesome the spreadsheet is. I'm just going to say budget tracker Etsy, okay, and $17. And then I just put where this is. This is an Etsy shop, okay. And then again, the same thing. It will show me additional earnings and the little chart. Then the real power is the next tab here, your profit loss report. How do you tell if you're truly a CEO of your business? People who are super successful in their business know exactly where they stand financially every single day. Now, if you ask me, I wouldn't be able to give you the number off the top of my head, but I would have a general idea. All I'd have to do, though, is open up my spreadsheet and I could tell you exactly, am I in the red, the green, the black, the blue, whatever colors it is, but am I ahead or am I behind? And again, some businesses, it takes the first couple quarters to really start showing a profit, but you need to know where you stand every single day of your business. You need to know what are the top sellers, what are people buying, what do you need to bump up the revenue and all of that kind of stuff. So the profit loss statement will tell you at a glance your income. So how much income have I made so far? This is great. January 1st, and I've already made $2,200. Just joking, but and then what are the expenses? And then what's your net profit? All right. So very powerful. Another tab, it's always good to start a new year with a quick review of how we did the previous year. So what were your goals? What went well? What could I do better? Was it really worth it? So in other words, you wanted to try one thing and it didn't seem to work. Okay, maybe I'm going to scratch that idea. You should at least take some time. Let me come back here. Take some time to at least review what you've done, if it works, all that kind of stuff. All right. So, what do you think? If this feels grounding, it's not an accident. This is the kind of work that we do inside of my AI Plus DBA business membership. We build a business from the foundation that supports your life. Your freedom life is what I like to call it, not one that constantly demands more from you. And if you want to get a copy of this planning spreadsheet, I'll have it available in my Etsy store. I'll also have it on my website. So I'll put a link someplace below. Reach out. If you want support implementing this kind of system consistently, we do this together inside of DBA. Starts with one spreadsheet, starts with the clarity. Everything else gets built on top of this solid ground. So if you want the spreadsheet, let's start 2026 off with a bang, and let's build your business. As always, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe. Hey, do me a favor and share this. Share my channel with others, somebody else you think would benefit from it. And go have a terrific day, terrific year. See you in the next video. All right, take care.